Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now the end of January of 2022, and we're only getting closer to the Book of Boba Fett chapters 6 and 7, which is going to wrap the series before we head into the marketing run of the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show. That's all going to take place in the middle of March to late March to really set everything up for May of this year to really kind of bring the Kenobi series into fruition. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, I am on Twitter at Mike01 if you guys want to go ahead and give me a follow on there. I do post a couple of entertaining things from time to time and really make sure to interact with you guys further. So we're now in a very interesting phase of Star Wars, given that we do have George, John, and Dave preparing to really combine a lot of Star Wars Legends highlights with the new, and exactly how that's also going to pretty much fuse with the already existing Disney canon. Now, we already know that what they are about to do is that they are taking elements from the Thrawn trilogy, Dark Empire, the New Jedi Order from Star Wars Legends. All of that is going to become a part of the Mandalorian, the Ahsoka Tano series, and more. So given that we have George, John, and Dave really trying their absolute best to turn things around for the Star Wars franchise, we also have a prime example of what Dave Filoni is doing with the Ahsoka Tano series by bringing in the world between worlds. That's basically going to be his own version of time travel in a sense that will involve Ahsoka Tano in that series. Now, in case you guys did not know, the sets for the Ahsoka series are already being built very smoothly, and a lot of them are almost nearly complete, and they are already beginning to begin filming by this April. That's really going to be quite exciting. So, moving on beyond all of this, when it all comes down to actress Gina Carano, ever since that she was fired nearly a year ago, can you believe this, that was almost a year ago? It was in February of 2021, and ever since she was let go, we have seen the shift in the Star Wars fandom. A lot of people dropped their Disney Plus accounts since that occurred, and now Disney is trying their absolute best to bring them back. However, what's really interesting has to do with Gina. So with Disney and Lucasfilm beginning to work on their new Star Wars projects like Star Wars Ahsoka and the new Star Wars shows that will be announced at Star Wars Celebration, it's described that creators Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are actively taking key points from Star Wars Legends and bringing them into live-action form. However, in a recent interview, actress Gina Carano went on to discuss more about her time working on The Mandalorian, where she went on to state that, I will say it was a great time working with John and Dave, but it also had its downsides for sure. Believe it or not, there were many moments where Disney CEO Bob Iger at the time was giving John a hard time when visiting the set of The Mandalorian, and he too was not impressed with Cara Dune and the way her character was built. Carano goes on to reveal that Bob Chapek, or should I say Iger, actually had tried multiple times to rid the character from the Mandalorian series, saying how the fans would hold no interest in this character and that the character was a flat and boring character and needed some work done. Iger was another that was actually a bit defensive on me, also doing my own stunts for the series as they believed it was dangerous for me. So let me just stop right there for a second. The fact that Iger was another one that believed that Gina Carano doing her own stunts for The Mandalorian posed a great risk against themselves as a company, Disney and Lucasfilm. Now, again, we already know that Gina Carano could handle this easily and without any problems in between. We know that she's a fighter, we know that she is a professional fighter at that, and I don't know why Disney would want to intervene with that, or even attempt to intervene with that, but you can see that even Bob Iger at the time, which, by the way, guys, I will be honest with you, not my favorite Disney CEO at all. In fact, I think that Bob Chapek is doing a superior job in comparison to him, because he is the one that is now allowing John, George, and Dave to do as they please with Star Wars as a whole. Basically, Bob Chapek is the one that is allowing Jon Favreau even specifically to drag in all of this Star Wars Legends and to really kind of just pay fans a lot of respect with each and every Star Wars TV show that is going to be coming out from this point on forward. Bob Chapek, I think he's doing a great job I think that his only weak point is with the parks. That's all. The Disney parks are really lacking under his wing. But I digress. Everything related to Bob Iger, everything that was under his control had a lot of issues. He always played things safe. He always went by the book, and it just did not really pan out well for Star Wars under his wing. So, moving on from that, alright, she goes on to say that what they couldn't understand is that I'm a fighter and I fought for a living, and I love what I am and what I do. I still do it to this day at home, but with my equipment and just keep training. But yeah, Iger for some reason believed that my character was a failure, and to hear this from the up and up, I have to be honest, was very depressing to me personally. What kept me going was John and Dave's optimism, that my character would work out, that many people's kids would look up to my character. There was an instance sometime during the end of 2019 where Iger wanted to remove me from the series completely in order to replace me with somebody else that would be a better symbol of diversity. Now mind you, this is more than midway through shooting. In fact, we were almost done filming season 1 at the time and getting ready to prepare for season 2, to begin filming in the beginning of 2020. It was heartbreaking to learn that Mr. Iger, apart from Kathleen Kennedy, had so many issues with my involvement for Cara Dune and me personally as an actress. I will never understand Hollywood till this day. For those that want to become actors or actresses, sometimes I wonder if I should recommend another path. I mean, I love acting, but you know what? I love fighting more. I will say that I am still in the talks with John and Dave, and I really can't say much right now, other than things are happening and we are doing our best to balance things out and make things work for the fans. I just hope everyone out there can hang in there for the time being. I just love the fandom because of how passionate they all really are, and it's what gave me the energy for acting in the Mandalorian series. So, let me just say one thing here about what Gina Carano was saying, is that Iger had a lot of issues even with her as an actress because he felt that she needed to be replaced with somebody else that could be a better symbol of diversity. In other words, he didn't want Gina Carano involved because of reasons that we know of, right? So, when you look at everything related to Iger, he was part of the problem too when it came to Star Wars from 2015 until 2019. When 2020 came out and about, that's when we had both Bob Chapek and Bob Iger both acting as the Disney CEO. Alright, so it was a very interesting situation because you practically had two Disney CEOs at the time, and that's why, you know, it took a while for Mandalorian Season 2 to kind of get back on track, and for Kathleen Kennedy to lose her creative power over that season and all of the other Star Wars shows. It was really a back and forth conversation between Chapek and Iger on whether or not Kathleen Kennedy had to lose her creative power in order to get things rolling again. And that's what they had to do. They had to really cut things loose, and they really had to cut that cord and step away from Kathleen Kennedy, at least on that front. So, here we are now. It's 2022. I personally cannot believe it of how far we have come. The Book of Boba Fett is here. We have 2 remaining episodes so far. Chapter 5, my favorite chapter. You know, Chapter 5, The Return of the Mandalorian, is a great episode. I do suggest that you guys go check it out right now. Chapters 6 and 7, let me just tell you, there's a lot of surprises on the way, and it's really going to tie everything together for Mandalorian Season 3. But everything related to Gina Carano, you can see how, right at the very end there, she is hinting at what we've been talking about, of how John and Dave have been having this, you know, series of meetings of rehiring Gina Carano with the Disney higher-ups, and that's moving along very well, just to let you guys know. So we will be talking about that a little bit later on in the week. So yeah, overall guys, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know through all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, then make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.